Greetings, friends, and welcome to Beast Foundry. My name is Christian, and as usual, I will be your guide today. Now today, I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about Paizo released the fourth set of Errata for the core rulebook for Pathfinder 2nd edition. And one of the things that came out with this is kind of a different way to do ability scores for your ancestry. They get their bonuses and, most ancestors, humans, you get to pick two. Any two you want, you get bonuses. The vast majority of ancestries introduced in the core rulebook had 3 that were bonuses, and then one was a penalty. They had 2 set, like an elf was dexterity and intelligence as a bonus. You got a free one, and then their penalty was constitution. And this is pretty synonymous with elves across role-playing games since, early days of D&D, that this has basically kind of been the standard. And what they've done is they're introducing a new option saying you can choose to get the same bonuses that a human would get. You can pick 2 free ones and not have the other kit, as it were, to do the ability scores. And I'm going to tell you, there were a lot of people that liked it. There were a lot of people that did not. And honestly, I'm in the camp of I wasn't crazy about this. Now, from the viewpoint of, if you really enjoy that and you're crazy excited about that, go ahead. It's not the end of the world. But at the same time, this is how these ancestries are. And I get it. They say that, every ancestry, it's unfair to say they're all kind of this way. And I'm like, not really. That's why you have the free ability boost. That's why you get to pick everything down the list from your background and your class. Everything has effects on this, and every 5 levels you get to modify them even further. And there's this kind of creeping mentality that if you are somehow at a disadvantage, that's abhorrent, that's wrong. It's not fun. And, a dwarf who has a penalty to their charisma, if you meet a great dwarf bard, that's kind of a interesting character because it's not something the race is good at. They're very distrustful, and that's an earmark of dwarves. They are very clannish. They like to keep to themselves. They're, in a lot of settings, they're quasi-xenophobic most of the time, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's, there's this thing, oh no, everyone now has to be the same, and ironically, it's kind of in the name of diversity that, okay, every ancestry now can have the exact same bonus. Now, of course, you don't have to do that. You can still keep with the old bonuses. But when we look at Impossible Lands, there were 5 ancestries introduced in Impossible Lands, and each one of them was a set bonus and a free bonus, which is practically the same thing as this. So, if they're going to say you can keep these old bonuses, yet even in the new ancestries they're coming out with, they're phasing them out. Like, what's the problem of doing the standard way if anyone can simply choose to pick 2 bonuses? So I do feel that it was a little bit of a cop-out for the ancestries for Impossible Lands. You could have given us something that was more indicative of the race. And, these ability scores are guidelines to help you play the character. Back when all of these races were translated into game mechanics and things, humans the baseline. That's where the plus and minus literally means they are a little better than a human or they are a little worse than a human. That's it. That's what it means. So humans are a little more charismatic than dwarves are. Elves are a little more dexterous than humans. So on and so forth. And as the games progressed, very early on, there was very minor bonuses. And, they started to creep up a little. Pathfinder's done a really great job of it. But I'm of a school of thought that, these disadvantages define your character. They are part of who you are. And to say that, part of who you are isn't good enough now. Everyone gets to be human if they want. Now, of course, you still have your ancestry feats and the heritage. So there's still plenty of ways to add flavor. And in of itself, these aren't, huge monstrous changes, but I do worry about, 10, 20 years down the road of pretty soon it's just going to be, okay, everyone hits on a 10 or higher and everyone deals 10 damage because, well, then they get mad because, oh, well, this character dealt more damage than me and this and that. So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But at the same time, diversity's not bad. And disadvantages, having a lower stat isn't bad either. It helps define who the character is. It helps define that race or that ancestry, whatever terminology you enjoy using. It's always been elves are less sturdy than humans, and certainly more so than dwarves. But now with this kind of combination, no, they're not. They are identical, because if an elf can have a +2 to con starting out, a dwarf can have a +2 to con, dwarf can have a +2 to dex. Anyone can have anything. And to me, that just takes away from the game. It doesn't add to it. It doesn't increase my fun. And I'm not someone that, oh, you can't do this. If Paizo wants to change the rules to their game, that's fine. It's their game. It's their right. I just, I'm not crazy about it. And I did see, Jason Bowman, who's the head designer at Paizo, and I've heard him on various shows, and that seems like a very, very nice guy. And I caught a Twitter post of him telling calm down, people. And in all honesty, he has no right to tell people to calm down. If they're upset about this, it's a very large change, and they're like, oh, it didn't mean anything. The other stuff's still there. Yeah, but you're changing the very fundamentals of the game in a way that many people don't like, myself included. But, if you were to say, oh, I tell everyone from now on, humans are going to have noses where their eyes were, nose here, and an eye right here, and all the art will depict that. And people go, what? That's crazy. What are you talking about? You don't have the right to say, you know what? You all need to calm down. This didn't change anything in the game. It's their game too. We've all grown up with this, or many of us have. So we, rightly have a stake in this. And, if we're unhappy about it, they don't have a right to tell us to calm down. They can, if people are being mean to each other, certainly they can try to be a voice of reason, but, people are upset, and every side has their reason for it. And, I'm not trying to be up here saying that, oh, this way's right, this way's wrong, but it's all trends. There's these trending to get into and get rid of these things that somehow are, if they're seen in a bad light in any way, it's gotta go. The problem is, after enough time, absolutely everything will be seen in that light by someone at some point. So, I don't know. I just wanted to speak my mind on it. Probably not the greatest video for for a release that we've done, but it is stuff I just wanted to talk to you guys about. And, it's you guys need to get to know me too, and some of the things that I like and dislike about the game. I love Pathfinder 2nd edition. I liked 1st edition, and I played all the D&D before that. Never played 5e, but 4e and before, played all of that. So I'm very well versed in this subject and been around for a while in it. And like all of you, I deserve to have my voice heard. So with that, I wish you all a wonderful week. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. If you hated this video, leave a comment. Tell me what you think of me. You can say you're crazy. You know what? No, this is great. This is the best thing ever. And if you like it, I'm happy for you. Honestly, I just don't agree with it, which, it's not the end all be all of anything if I don't agree with something. So, as usual, game well, my friends.